Welcome, one and all. Welcome to this fantastic episode that we know is going to be proper fantastic because we can see our Chelsea brother smiling there today. Mr. Idris is coming on the show to tell us how Chelsea have bounced back from the brink of extinction.
Rate of extinction.
Now, this is Ola Austin, and I'm pleased to have Idris on board today. Idris, how are you doing?
Pleasure to be here as usual. Pleasure to be here as usual.
Fantastic. Good to have you. We'll just do maybe some admin first and see
Okay.
how we go. So we are going to just let you know about our social media handles. We have them on the screen, but for our podcast listeners, I'm just going to read those handles out. YouTube is at Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy at Footy Fantasy. That's for our YouTube channel. Twitter is at Footy AD Fantasy. At Footy AD Fantasy. And then we have our Instagram at Fantasy Footy. So that's our Instagram handle. So we'll just jump right into it because I know last week I missed out on coming to gloat about Liverpool's 7-0 win, and I've overdosed on 7-Up in the meantime, and now
It's an overdose.
overdosed, man. I'm overdosed on 7-Up, and now Liverpool went to disgrace us yesterday by losing by losing by
I think
losing
I,
to Bournemouth of all teams. The team
I,
we beat them 9-0 this season in the
I think they're calling. I think they're calling you guys Robin Hood right now.
yeah, it's crazy. It's
It's
crazy.
it's it's,
Um,
it's
so I think Idris might increase your volume a bit because I think I can't
okay.
really hear you. Yeah, but we'll jump right into the first topic because we
Sure
have
thing.
Idris here.
Sure thing.
Yeah, we have Idris here to tell us basically how Graham Potter has managed to wave his magic wand and survive getting a sack letter with all these bad results, and suddenly it looks like he's bouncing back. So the question here is, well, Chelsea turning the corner under Graham Potter.
He's not turning. He's not turning any corner. He's just. It's just.
He's turning
He's,
on his own.
he's
Turning
turning
on
on
his
his
own.
own. He's
Not turning any
turning on his
corner.
own. He's not turning any corner. To be honest with you,
Mm,
I think from a Chelsea perspective, people still have their doubts about the guy. Any proper team will have beaten us because, well, maybe not beating us. They will have taken their chances that Leicester did not take. I mean, there were two very clear chances that if Leicester had put away, that game will have been in balance. The
mm,
good thing is we scored more goals, and we
yeah.
should have scored more goals, and that
Mm,
has been the story in the last six Chelsea games, right? So basically, have we turned the corner? I don't think so. I just think right now the team is settling down.
yeah.
They have a first 11. The first
Mm,
11 seem to understand this style of play. We also have people that once they are injured, we can set up the team to accommodate those that are not injured. We're playing
mm,
4-3-3 initially. Now we're playing 3-4-3,
yeah.
and then
Three,
we
four.
have people like Ruben Loftus-Cheek on the right wing, and actually being able to, um, should I say, manage the game much better.
Not bad, not bad. Well, for me, I would say the past few results. I mean, the Champions League you guys went through, and before that also, I think you beat Leeds. So that's 3 wins on the bounce. Well, you might say not turning the corner, but
No, it's
at least it's turning somewhere.
no, but it's the first. I mean, if you hear what the owner said, the first win against Leeds, he said it's a result.
True.
You know what I mean, right?
It's
It's
a
a
result.
result. The second win was I did not expect us to play that well. I'm going to be very honest with you. I did not expect us to play that well. Yes, we did get a lucky second penalty,
Mm,
kind of thingy, but to be honest with you, we outplayed Dortmund. That was for sure.
mm,
But again, the lapses were there. Once he makes a change, everything goes south really fast. Same
mm,
thing. He hasn't. I don't think he's gotten or his subs are fluent. Like we're trying to see he's an offensive guy. The only thing I can put here is for the first time, our midfielders are assisting and scoring. If you remember, I always complained about that.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, you hated Jorginho. I was like, we're not even using Jorginho well. That was my issue. Look at Jorginho in Arsenal, creating diagonal chances, because Arteta will not tolerate the way he plays
at Chelsea.
He will not tolerate that. Like, it's like, I mean, and everybody, I kept asking, why do you guys build through the wings? Weird. Now, with João Felix, with Kovacic, even, again, I don't want to give Porter too much credit, but Porter is making the guys play forward. And it's the characteristic of the player. If the player instinctively is the first thing to drop, they pick up the ball, link up play, and other people are doing the same thing, then naturally the coach's tactics will look nice. But when you have somebody that is comfortable retaining possession, you know what I mean? Then that's what they're going to play. And that was Jorginho. But then if you're going to be comfortable retaining position, you can't play him in a pivot. You got to play him with 2 box-to-box midfielders. That was why Conte kept getting injured, because we didn't have anybody at that level. Kovacic was more like, he also always gets injured too.
Yeah,
so,
it's injured one. Yeah.
Exactly. So there was a reason we had these issues. They were overexerting themselves because of the characteristics of players who are playing around. And to me, no fault of the players themselves, but it is.
Yeah. So, do you think this 3-4-3 is the way to go now? Because I can see he's playing. Of course, Chilwell is the left wing back, and then they have Cucurella behind him. I mean, like playing on the left side of the 3. And then, of course, when James is fit, the thing is, Rhys James, oh God, that guy is such a talent. But man, the injuries, that boy needs to get some fufu into him, man. Where is he picking all these injuries from? Because you really need him.
This just started a season ago.
Mm-hmm.
This just even Chilwell too is almost like a glass man. We are worried about.
Yes, had 2 bad injuries. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like they picked him, they pulled him out yesterday. I was very upset about it. Like, another sub that scared me. You switch us from the 3-4-3 to back 4. You take out the goal scorer and one of the most efficient left back in the Premier League. Then you leave the guy that everybody is killing right now, because Cucurella's only had 2 good games. You get right.
Against Dortmund, he was man of the match now.
Yeah, but we were decimating the guy last 10 games because he was horrid. But he also was on a yellow card. On a yellow card.
So he left Cucurella in on a yellow card.
Yes. So and
took Chilwell out.
So when you think about those things, you're like, man, you know, when you ask me, is he turning the corner? This guy's not turning anywhere, man. Things like those kind of things you suspect. You're like,
I understand what you mean now. How can you leave the guy on the yellow and then you take out the one who's not on the yellow who scored?
Exactly.
Unless he was injured. Exactly. It was not like he was injured. Chilwell was
exactly. Injured. My family is trolling me thinking I should not be on the podcast because Chelsea just won 3 games. Can you imagine?
Please let the man breathe. He deserves to be.
They're all here telling me like I shouldn't, that I should leave.
Please let this man breathe.
Glory, Man United.
Oh,
they've recovered from drinking all that 7-Up. They can
don't mind them. They've recovered from losing 7-0. They barely even made it today.
Oh my gosh. Glory, God.
He's trolling me. He said, this is a team that. He said, why are you doing a podcast when you guys just stay winning? I'm surprised. We are live. Bye. I'm so sorry. It will be your own family people trolling.
It's adding to the ambience. To the ambience, like their coach said last week. I was like, "Oh, Anfield is just the ambience. The ball is around."
He calls us glory, man. You know, what are you doing? Get out of here.
They got smashed.
This is the Chelsea household.
Yeah, but so as you're saying, so you're saying that goals from midfield. So it's
the first time in a long time we've had goals from the midfield.
So
it's ridiculous.
Who's really scoring from midfield? I mean,
before.
Now.
Kovacic in last 2 games has had 2 assists and 1 goal. Enzo has had a couple of assists. So the things I would complain about in the past that people like, you hate Jorginho, and I was like, I don't think I hate Jorginho. When he was working, you remember, I would swallow my lump and be like, it's Ballon d'Or. Everybody thought I was crazy because they thought I was just strict. I'm like, no, if there's new stats, there's new information, you have to change the way you think about something, right? But when I now saw that, like, okay, they've already figured it out and they start attacking him, I say, okay, now I'm not even mad at Jorginho. I'm mad at us. We're not using this guy properly. We can't afford this guy.
The system did not mask his inefficiencies
at all. Is it a mask of inefficiency, or it didn't even help him? Like we're looking at Liverpool right now, and everybody's like the whole conversation about not even Firmino, Man's leaving.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right? Like how much a dent was it that, which I believe Liverpool recover. I honestly just think you're going through a transition.
Yeah.
I believe you're going through a transition, and I think they transitioned too late and too slow. So selling players, buying average guys, I think you guys transitioned too slow. So, but like
money is money. We don't have sugar thought this money now. If we had that, well, that's why we're praying for our own sugar that deal, because
people wish us
we need that kind of money that we just spend 500 million pounds.
People wish us bad. They say Chelsea broke football. I said twice. Who thought we were going to have this kind of American backers?
Honestly, nobody ever knew that an American owner will come and just splash money in their life. They thought every American owner would just be mising money with them.
Thanks to Roman, what we've been lucky in Chelsea is we've always had owners, even from a business standpoint, but cared. They might not know much about sports or the football. Like the guy owns the ownership group are part of the guys that own I believe it's the Mets or something like that.
Yeah, in America.
Right.
Yeah.
And people said you're going to enjoy this owner, just be patient with him. And we thought like, okay, fine. And it comes to Chelsea. At this point, I'm even begging him to stop spending. We're like, please.
Guy, just calm down, please.
Like, guy, calm down.
I'm making it rain too much. We need umbrellas. Like,
you understand? And at this point, I think Chelsea is in a position where, and this is why I'm conflicted with Porter and your question, right? Porter's first 10 games showed us a lot. Then when he struggled was when we had those slew of injuries. You get. Then he started struggling with, okay, Ola plays like this, Idris plays like this, but I have this system. I need to accommodate both, but they're literally almost diabolically opposing. It's almost like we're canceling each other out, and he couldn't figure out how to, because you understand. So Loftus-Cheek is an amazing midfielder, I think. I think he does a lot of work. Many Chelsea fans are calling him TLC, that is just there for the vibes. Right,
but for the good looks, for the fine boy things.
Exactly, like it's EJ's boy. So, but at the end of the day, he is such a utility player. He could play center back when there was a time we had no center back available. Loftus-Cheek was one that played 90 minutes. It was crazy. There was like he plays wing back, he plays midfield, but the way he plays in the midfield and the wing back is not literally your traditional wing back. He just plays as if he's playing box to box midfield. You get, so it's that's why you notice most of our goals are coming from Chilwell's side, because Chilwell is an actual winger. Loftus is to keep the game, to cross, keep it going. When Reece comes in, there's a different dynamic. You understand? Like Reece comes with the cross, comes with the shot. When Loftus is playing, we are winning that midfield, because the three goons that we have now, Cover, Enzo, and Loftus, will win the ball in the middle. And that takes pressure off Cucurella. That takes pressure off
the back line. Yeah.
So
midfield is always important. I mean, midfield.
And you guys are bleeding in that right now.
We've suffered a lot this season. That midfield problem, and that was the problem with Liverpool again yesterday. And that takes me moving on smoothly into the next question, pertaining to Chelsea and Liverpool. Mason Mount. This story is not going away. For the past month or so, it's been. I don't know whether it's the agent. I would
give us 50 million to balance the books. You can have him. Yeah.
50 million. What?
Is that not what he has? 50 million.
He has 1 year left on his contract now. So just dash it.
Hazard, 1 year left, 100 million. The best deal Chelsea ever did.
Hazard was like top 5 players in the world now.
Of which he never played shit when he got there. And we collected money last year that they won Champions League. We still collected money. I was like, if they sue us, I will understand.
Like that was one of the best deals Chelsea does. It's like you got rid of him at the best time.
We begged him to stay. We actually begged him double the salary to stay. He just said,
he said no. He just wanted to, that Madrid pool, that white jersey, the way that I must play for Madrid, I must play.
The one I will never understand the thing is that Barcelona pool. I will never get it.
Both of them, the two clubs in Spain, they just had that pool, like that magical pool. Even though everybody knows Barcelona too suffered a while after Messi left, but people still wanted to go there. There was no money. They didn't have money. People were still going there.
They're still going there. But I have a question for you with Liverpool. Since we're in Liverpool's situation.
Yeah, Mason Mount. Well, you can ask your question about it.
How does he fit? Because we know he's a Lampard-esque kind of player, and we know he fits into Chelsea. But we have to accommodate him from a potentially probably tweaking the formation in the 4-4-3 formation, or I say 4-4-3. Look at what they've made me start.
I thought Bowley.
As in 4-3-3 formation. Like, we know where he fits, we know what he's capable of doing. But when you're having Naby Keita and you have Thiago, how does he fit in? I mean, you guys are going to press mad. I can assure you that.
Yeah, well, the good thing is Naby Keita is gone. Is because he's in his final 6 months, so he's going on a free. Yeah, Naby Keita is gone. Oxlade-Chamberlain is going. James Milner very likely to be gone. So that's 3 midfielders out of the door already. I see maybe why we need Mount also for the English players quota, because by the time you're losing Ox and you're losing Milner, that means you need probably somebody there.
That's two out there that you got to feel.
Yeah. But in answer to your question, I think you'll play as an 8. And one of the things you mentioned today, we don't really have a goal-scoring midfielder. We don't. Naby Keita doesn't score goals. When Ox plays, occasionally you come up with one, but even they don't even play him as an 8. They play him maybe on the left wing sometimes, or to cover for Salah. So we don't have anybody scoring goals from midfield, and that's why I'm on board with it, because the people are like, "Oh, this guy is not doing well in Chelsea. He's crap now."
No. He's a man. He will play well for you guys, and that's what I don't want. My reasons I don't want a competitive team to get him. He's Mr. Chelsea true and true. We love the kid. A lot of people bash him because Chelsea, we have this bad habit of over expecting from certain kids and giving certain other kids a lot leeway that they shouldn't be given. For me, Kai Havertz is doing okay. I don't think he's a spectacular guy, but maybe he's a mad talent. But the amount of leeway we gave Kai Havertz, we did not give Tammy Abraham. The amount of leeway we gave some even Modric that is coming in now, we didn't give Callum Hudson-Odoi. We didn't give people like Mason Mount. When they have a deep, people start attacking them. So I always have that problem. But these are Chelsea kids. Their job, when they wear these jerseys, is very different. They work hard for the team, even when they're going through a slump. But somehow when we spend 50 million for another player, we seem to be wanting to give that player more leeway because we spent money. So from my own perspective, if you have him, he will play inverted winger for you if it's 4-3-3. He will play in the pivots as an 8. You can utilize.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's flexible. He's a player that you can play multiple positions. I think he can even play maybe like false 9. I like the guy. I like him. I just
of which you now understand why 50 million is not a big deal.
Oh, I know, but it's just because it's because of our owners. I don't see our owners paying 50 million for somebody who is in his final year of his contract. They can pay maybe 30 million, but our owners, they're not the kind of owners that will go and buy that guy.
They will renew the boy real quick.
I'm also suspecting maybe his agents, because people are saying maybe he wants to sign a new contract with Chelsea, and he
wants to. So basically,
but he wants more money. That's the thing.
But here's the issue: they offered him a contract. He didn't like the contract, and for him, I think he's 24, 25 now.
Yeah,
and he's in this crucial moment of that contract, right? And now is the highest time he can ever get any amount of money for himself.
Yeah,
right. And his best bet of getting that money is in England, to be very honest.
Yeah, that's the thing with Liverpool. We actually our wages are competitive. So I think maybe they're saying maybe it's on 70 grand at Chelsea. I don't know how true it is. But
there are players on 70 grand. So, and that was one thing I respected Madrid for that I did not know. We will splash big, and I think Togboli is doing the same thing. So they splash big. Then they tell the player that, like, I think they graduated with they have bonuses and stuff.
They put clauses.
Yeah, so a lot of things just keep you at the same level as this person. But then I think now he's found out crazy loophole now that they've had to block. They're not like, so we will sign you for 8 years, but technically or legally we can only have you for 5 years. So after the 5th year, we in second year or third year get to trigger the next length of the contract.
Yeah, UEFA said, man, that's
not, of which if you don't want to stay, it's okay. We just get to put the price tag on.
UEFA said, nah, we are not having this anymore. We're closing our loophole quickly, sharply.
Americans, man, I love it. I was like, man, if that Russian had done this, they'll have been like, it's crazy. But the Americans come like, wait. It's like a player's right. No. You have your right. The only difference is you can't go. We'll just sell you.
And we'll make money off you. Exactly. We won't let you go for free. Yeah. For Mason Mount, I just think for me, I just want to go scoring midfielder because we lack that a lot. We rely so much on the front three or the forward players. At the moment, I think this season, Avi Elliott has 5 goals. That's our highest scoring midfielder, Avi Elliott, and he's a young lad. He's 19, so you can't really.
I don't even count when I hear those kind of stats for kids. I don't count it because you're going to go through a year, 2 years, sometimes drought.
Yeah.
And then people start trashing them and saying loan him out. It's like, no, just keep him there.
It's going to develop,
It's going to develop.
But the good thing is Mason Mount is, like you said, is approaching this peak year. So 24, 25, he's approaching the peak years. He's well adjusted to the Premier League. He knows the league inside out. It's not a foreign player that you have to wait for a few months or a year for him to bed in. So I'm happy if we can get him.
Unfortunately for him right now, boys are balling right now, man. Like
there's a lot of competition.
Loftus-Cheek, everybody was like, do you know Loftus-Cheek was actually almost about to leave? I believe either was it to Newcastle or another club in January. Now a guy is balling hard right now. They're taking his name off that list.
He's not going nowhere.
Because he also proved he's a utility player and the coach is a fan of the guy. So it's like, who do you not get rid of? Ziyech is going to leave. And if Ziyech leaves, Mount is not going. That's just what it is.
Oh, that's true. Because
Ziyech, if you remember, Ziyech was already in PSG. The thing fell through.
It fell through. Fell
through, and then he comes back and starts the next game.
But how do you rate your chances of keeping this Felix guy, Joao Felix? How do you rate your chances? Do you think maybe you guys will go and splash big and say, okay, let's just have him permanently?
We will splash because
on him or somebody else?
On him and somebody else.
Oh,
because, wow. I know it's mad. I feel like I'm sorry, I know it's a family-friendly podcast. I was gonna be like, talk your shit.
I'm jealous, to be honest. I'm jealous. We just need another that, please. I'm so jealous.
These are the moments where you don't talk about your salary in public. Then people be like, oh my god. No, because when I'm following what those guys are doing, apparently Chelsea, they're about to buy another club again. Chelsea's about to buy, like the group is about to buy another club in Europe, or somewhere else. So they're going to Red Bull format, right? And when they had that issue, when we had crisis meeting upon crisis meeting, so our technical directors sat with Porter, and they were like one-on-ones with players and senior players. They were very direct, apparently, conversations with them about the situation, and then they have been trying to figure out, okay, how do they get these boys mentally into playing? And the issue was most of the guys are saying they feel okay with the coach. It's just that like things are not working out now. So for the first time in Chelsea, it wasn't just cutthroat and thrown out. They're going to back him, and he has input in who's coming in, contrary to what a lot of people think. You understand? So his job, he's a company man. We have another winger in our hand. That's the truth. You understand? Another club is what we have in our hand. He's a company man. He's a company man. He's just going to do the best, and he might have been fired if he had lost his next 2 games. But for the first time, the board was split. The fact that there's still half the board that wants to keep him tells you that like he must still have saved his job. But with the way we are winning now, with the advancement into the Champions League, there is this new belief in the boys, which there's a feel-good feeling.
Chelsea. This is the thing with Chelsea. Yeah, this is the kind of season Chelsea will have a bad league season and just enter the Champions League final and just carry the cup.
EJ has already.
You can see it coming. It can. I just don't know, and I don't know. I think some of your fans don't appreciate all those kind of trophies you guys win, honestly, because I hear some of them say, oh yeah, we just won FA Cups, and man, these are trophies you guys are accumulated over like 20 years, and before you know it, you just go and carry another Champions League 3. And okay, the league season
is like just like that 3. Like you guys, are you okay?
It's 3. Some people have not won one. Arsenal fans, hello. They've not won one.
If Chelsea will win 3. The year Arsenal might win the league, if Chelsea wins the Champions League, some of them will kill themselves. They'll be like, they would rather you find a way to win something that Chelsea will not win. They're like, the year we now won, these guys now won champions.
It will pain them, so it's like you are stealing their glory, you're stealing
No,
their shine.
man. I don't think we have the talent if they click, but we don't have the experience. I really believe so. We don't have the experience to go that far.
Yeah.
But hey, we've said this before and we've been there.
That's the thing. You just never know. Especially if they try, like, if they put you with a good, I mean, not a very strong team in the quarterfinal, maybe they give you Benfica or something.
We are praying. God knows that we are praying.
They're gonna give you Benfica before you know it's in the semi-finals, and then from
semi-finals. And that's the thing. Like, if we get the likes of Benfica or a team that works for us, then my God. People start panicking against. Is it going to happen again?
Yeah, because we've seen you guys do it so many times. Like,
but we have been lucky too much, man. It's time. I will not even be offended if the bash us 5-0 out of Champions. That's where we are now.
Speaking of somebody who is offended, maybe we'll just go to the next topic while we're at it. It's that guy, your former coach, Conte, Antonio Conte.
That guy is the most.
That guy gets offended so easily. The last we heard from him was yesterday. He was bashing Richarlison. He was like, "Yeah, Richarlison said that."
For a guy that can dish it out, he's too sensitive.
He's so thin-skinned. He's so thin-skinned, man. He's so thin-skinned, and I don't know why, because he's not a coach who is good at hiding when he's not happy. You know, even I called it like few months ago. I was like, this guy's already looking for a way out of Spurs, and he was not even hiding it. He's like, I don't want to be here, and he's showing it. I don't want to be.
They fired Tuchel for less than what he's doing.
Yeah, Tuchel didn't even do. Honestly, he didn't deserve that sacking.
Chelsea fired Conte. Conte took us to court. Chelsea refused to pay him. We had the money. He said, "You want to be toxic." He took us to court now. That's why he got his money back. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know he took you guys to court.
Oh, he took us to court. Chelsea. When somebody said, but Chelsea is a club, you want toxic. I said Chelsea is a toxic club. If you think you are toxic, we break you in Chelsea. We made it to the point where he took us to court. He couldn't get another job because Chelsea never actually initiated some part of that contract. So technically, he's working for Chelsea. So he had to go 1 year without getting any job. So Chelsea chose not to pay him off.
Imagine. Yeah, but that's the thing. That guy, I'm sure the guy, there's something wrong with him, to be honest. He's a top coach, but man, that guy has one thing in Nigeria. This coin. That guy has some mad things going on.
It's like Rafa now. Like Tim Mikel's interview. There's nobody has said anything good about Rafa Benitez.
Like, you know, you'd be like, what's wrong with this guy? Even with Chelsea, at least he won the league. I think, did he win the FA Cup? I think he won the FA Cup.
He won us a double.
He won you a double. Yeah. So, and then the next season, everything just went sour.
And he was deliberately
tantrums.
He was deliberately self-sabotaging in Chelsea. So people were saying there were things he was doing that were very unlike him, but to prove a point. And that was why they fired him. Because there was this thing the board felt like, is this guy actually trying to lose the game to make it point?
Sports fans are saying that now. If you listen to some sports fans, like this season, he pushed that, they should buy this right back, Jet Spence. I think they bought a right back for him, a right wing back. They bought this Danjuma guy for him. These are the guys they bought for you, and you're not using them. It's like you want to lose the game. You have been shouting, you don't have signings. They sign players for you, and you're not using them. So even Richarlison was shouting that, look, I've not been playing. You know, and they bought Richarlison for over 50 million.
And they brought Richarlison in, and bam, the guy he was impactful.
Then they started benching him. Because he doesn't want to be there, like you're saying. It's like it's like self-sabotage. There's something wrong when he's turned off. Immediately, he's like his mind is not there. He'll just start doing rubbish.
Then walk away. You see,
he doesn't like resign. He wants the money now. He wants you to sack him so you pay him. He doesn't resign.
But him and that stingy Levy. We go see who has a 30 cents now. Who has more 30 cents? Him and Levy. Let's see. Because
Levy will not want to sack him too because he would have to pay him off. But at this rate, but they're not doing. I think yesterday they won, so maybe they might have a chance for top 4. They're in 4th place.
Are we just going to act as if when he left with his toxicity, the club wasn't doing better?
Yeah. So when he was on medical leave, they were winning. Now he came back.
They were much happier.
They were much happier. They were playing well.
Then he comes back, first couple of losses. I said, this guy.
I don't know. He looks so miserable. Even when they are winning, you rarely see him smile. It's just, I know he's a good coach, but I just don't know. His personality is just weird.
It's a personality thing. He sounds like, what's his name? He comes across like Rafa Benitez. Same Rafa Benitez story. I have never heard an ex-player say something good about Rafa.
He admits it because for him, he did well for Liverpool. But the thing is, even Liverpool players, like, what's his name? David Gerrard will tell you, Benitez never praised him for anything. If Gerrard scored 2 goals, Benitez will be like, why didn't you score 3 goals? We know that's how he manages. It doesn't pat you on the back or all that one. And he said it himself. The interview was it last week. He said that's his style. That he feels like that's the best way to get the best out of players. That he doesn't go around praising them. They'll win and he'll tell them you should have done this. You should have done this better.
But
like he scored 3 goals, you should have scored 4 goals.
But he won. That's one thing I'm gonna. Mikel said he has a weird way. He will just Rafa releases team sheets 45 minutes to the game.
Yeah. He used to do that at Liverpool too. He released it just like last minute. Yeah.
Chelsea players don't understand. They're like,
that's the style. That's his style. It's worked well for him in many clubs, but he knows it's not a one person. It's not a people person. It's not like that kind of person that is jovial. He can be cracking jokes with it now. He says it himself. Like that's why many of the players will say he's cold. He's not a player. He's not a manager. But I think with Conte, the difference with Conte is, Conte is like he goes looking for trouble. Like, I don't know. It's like he just goes looking for trouble and he falls out with everywhere he's gone. He falls out with managers, with players, with clubs. I don't know. He likes
he's
fighting.
Very moody. He's just a moody character.
He's moody. That's what I mean. Even when they are winning, even when things are good, you don't see him smiling, laughing. He's very
odd guy.
But they won yesterday, so good luck to them. They might still win.
Let's see how they last this season. They might make top 4. But remember, like when we were doing our top 4, and we as Chelsea fans were telling you, even when we had Tuchel, like, man, it's going to be hard. And it's not because I think people just see Chelsea's excesses as they can spend money and then ungrateful. But it's like there are things we see. You follow your team, you follow every build-up play, every stuff, and you're like, man, we actually are not playing like these guys. Like we're getting away with individual brilliance, but we're not playing like this guy. Something is missing. And once they figure us out, we're in trouble. So hopefully, best of luck to Potter. Let's see, but I'm not hoping.
So the question also was saying that, okay, who is to blame, Levy, players, or Conte? Man, I just think Conte is to blame because Levy has tried his best.
He has never spent for anybody in his life.
The way he has spent for Conte, honestly.
Like
look at the Pochettino. When Pochettino was there, he didn't spend this much for Pochettino.
And that they might even hire him or Tuchel back.
They're begging him. They're begging him. Oh, I forgot Kwame. Yeah, so good. Let me grab him in. Yeah.
How y'all doing? What's going on?
Good.
What's happening? Good to have you with us.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm a little late.
No problem.
I had to drive through traffic to get home.
Fair play to you. The traffic that was packed in front of the Southampton Nets today. I'm sure that's what stopped you from coming here early.
Listen, that traffic was actually worse than the traffic Van Dijk caused from the twerking yesterday. Van Dijk was dancing. Van Dijk was dancing skelewu. Van Dijk was over there doing La Mano Arriba.
Van Dijk only likes bringing out his best for the big teams.
Only for Man United. Look, I respect it. When I'm not sure. I'll check your mouth over here. Do this.
Wait till happen. Me, I'm still on my 7-Up, man. I'm on my 7-Up diet.
You have something right here. Your mouth has burned. Bournemouth has burned your mouth.
That's normal. This season, this is what we do, man. We take points from the rich and give to the poor. Robin Hood.
We appreciate the charity. We appreciate the charity. It was Marcus Rashford we used to call UNICEF. This man has taken the job from Marcus Rashford.
Man, what was Rashford on about today? Look at that dive, man. Well, he's taking lessons from, what's his name now? Neymar and CR7. That's one of the things CR7 taught him before he left, yeah?
And not only the dive, the way he was even appealing for the penalty. He was telling the ref, I'm like, bro, everybody saw the dive, man. Just get out of here.
Yeah, but not bad.
But that red card, though, that Casemiro red card, I don't know. I don't know about that.
It's a straight red. That means you guys can appeal it, because if it was a straight red, you can appeal it.
Okay, because
Yeah.
they have to appeal that. They have to. They have to.
If it was a straight rate. So that's too much.
As someone said, remember I said this in the, I don't know if you remember the chat. I said Casemiro is a make or break.
Yeah.
Of Manchester United.
He is.
He's a make or break.
He's very important for that team.
Extremely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just talking about Conte, so we'll get your view on that before we move to the next topic. We just had a quick chat about what's wrong with that man. He likes looking for trouble. He's just a miserable so-and-so. And, look at him fighting with Richarlison. And, imagine calling out your own player, saying, oh, your own player is shit. Okay, your player says, I say, I agree with him, he's shit.
Yeah. I think, first of all, let me first apologize to everybody out there who did not want Antonio Conte, because at the time Oli was doing social things at Manchester United. I think Ayo too was one of the people. I'm not sure, but I know for a fact that I was on the Conte train. I was like, bring Conte. I'm glad we didn't bring him, bro. I am so happy because
the guy is toxic. Like Idris said, the guy is toxic.
Toxic, bro. That man is toxic, and I think Antonio Conte is entering into the Jose Mourinho, world of toxicity.
Entering? He's not entering. No. They are the same tribe. Entering.
They're singing from the same hymn sheet.
Same hymn sheet, man. One is just older, the other one is younger.
Exactly. That is it. And Conte is just, I don't know. Like I think he just can't cut it. He just can't cut it. I'm shocked. Daniel Levy hasn't fired him yet. Maybe that's because his contract
is up in the money.
Summer. His contract is up in the summer, right?
Oh yeah, his contract is actually up in the summer.
He's leaving.
He's leaving.
Yeah. So maybe that's why he hasn't been fired. He hasn't been fired yet. But
we're talking about it. I didn't have this information about him leaving. He's leaving because I cannot see an organization. Let's talk about it from a business standpoint. Now let's step back from sports.
Yeah.
I cannot see. I was telling him that, like, you remember when you guys were saying that, like, oh my God, you guys fired Tuchel, and I told her, like, the firing of Tuchel was not football related, wasn't results based. Yeah. There was a breakdown between what was going on the pitch and people financing the project.
Yeah, right? They don't get along. Like right now, people throwing billions of dollars into clubs are looking for company men. Arsene Wenger and Sir Alex are the template of what they're looking for. There is no, I have a dream. And you're not coming and now start telling me you're rubbish when I tell you, like, my guy, 4-4-3, you're saying rubbish. Me okay. Go back and play 4-4-3. Yeah, exactly. Remove the goalkeeper and
So yeah, I think he's gonna get fired. I honestly think he's not gonna get renewed. And if he gets renewed,
he doesn't want to stay, even he himself.
He doesn't want to stay. It's obvious he doesn't want to stay. The only difference between Antonio Conte and Jose Mourinho is that at least Conte got a house in London. Jose Mourinho was in a hotel the whole time he was at Manchester.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But Jose is a man that liveth what he preaches.
Yes, Jose is a thug. Jose is a thug. Straight up Agbero. Straight up.
I started you fire me, you pay me off. Yes. He was one that started that as a coach. Like, it was his manager. Yeah. You fire me, pay me off. Let me go and join another club.
Yeah, so I feel like Tottenham at the time, honestly, and of course we can go back and use 2020 hindsight, but at the time it was a good appointment at that time. But it just hasn't worked out. They better go back to Pochettino. That's
He's a good coach, no doubt. But he's also of the creme de la creme of coaches that will not pick shitty projects. That's the truth about it. Mm-hmm. Mourinho, I follow AS Roma because honestly, Mourinho and Tammy Abraham, and even when Gini, your former guy, is there.
Yeah, Gini is there now.
Yeah.
And the guy Gini is balling.
Even Matic is balling. Yeah.
Oh, Matic is there too. Yeah.
They're balling. Yeah. Chris Smalling is there. Your boy.
Oh yeah.
And these guys are showing the Serie A a completely different kind of football. And let me explain to you one thing I respect Mourinho at least for. In his interview, I believe end of last season or beginning of last season, he said that was the first time in his career he can remember he had to start a project. Because even when he was at, I can't remember his first club before he went to
Porto. Oh, before Porto, okay.
Was it in Benfica too before he went to Porto? Did he?
Yeah, it was almost other Portuguese club, but not
Portuguese club.
It
So
was
that's the
Boa something.
something.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
Vista or something. Yeah.
But obviously, he for the first time was on a project. You get. Then he now immediately, but he wasn't long on that project. From there, he went into Porto and he just went on that streak. And from Porto, it's always been up for him.
Yeah.
He actually, for the first time in Roma, was having to deal with the intellect of the players. He said something that's interesting as for the first time he's been in a club where an 18-year-old was training on the other field.
Yeah.
And they were lacking players. And he had to be like,
Guam, yes. it was Felix Afena Gian, that Ghanaian boy.
Yeah. He's like, yo, come. Yeah, join the not just pylons, join the team.
Yeah.
We need you next week. So that was the first time, and the Roma had to spend money. They got the Bala and stuff. And when you watch the team, you realize that like even he's growing as a coach.
At least he won a trophy for them too. He won their first trophy in how many years? You know.
Years.
Yeah.
And now they're probably going to make it to the
Conte has
like they're literally 3 points away from making Champions League. They've been in third, fifth, because I think the gap between the fifth, second, and the fifth, fourth, and third is like 1 point or something. So when one person loses or draws, he drops the person. Yeah. So I mean,
Napoli is the only one that's just clear. Everybody else,
they have the league one. They have the league one already. Yeah. So at least we know that Conte is a toxic fella. So he'll be carrying his toxicity to another club next season for sure.
I wonder where he will go. Do you guys think he will go back to Juventus?
I think he'll go back to Italy. Yeah, maybe not Juventus, but I don't know. Maybe AC Milan. One of the he's one of the
AC Milan not happening. I don't think
Italian club. They don't mind.
No, AC won't have him. I'll tell you why AC won't have him. They were supposed to sack what's his name? Not Spalletti. What's his name? Pioli. Thank you. They were supposed to fire Pioli the season before they won the Serie A.
Yeah,
they were supposed to. Like it was like clear fire. The project wasn't working. The young owner is like 33 years old or something. His dad has a lot of money, by the way. Yeah. So, but like when they won the Serie A and then they had this run in the Champions League, they actually believe in this project.
Yeah.
So I can't see them taking.
Yeah.
And Pioli seems like a company man. And Maldini has a very strong say in that. So I cannot see.
I can see Maldini and Conte clashing for sure.
Oh, no.
Because don't you guys think Allegri, they will still fire him at Juventus this season, at the end of this season? No?
It's not his fault.
But somebody has to take the fall.
They've already caught them. They've caught them juggling points again. Money, they will keep him. He's a company man. Everybody goes back to their family member. Yeah. Allegri is to Juventus. Well, Avant Grant. And what's his name? Gushidik.
Gushidik. Man like a goosey.
Consultant. Family consultant. When things go bad. Yeah, so
okay, I think we'll move to the next. This one is a bit more Liverpool centric anyway, but well,
go for
at least let me talk about my club. Even though they fell my hand yesterday, like imagine, you know. After all that celebration all week, they just went there. And Firmino played yesterday, came on as a second half substitute, but he didn't do anything. But the question is, where will we rank Firmino among Liverpool strikers?
That's a good question.
The funny thing, I'll just go into it. Actually, Firmino was not even a player that Klopp bought. Klopp inherited him. That's the thing.
That's true.
It was Brendan Rodgers. And the thing, it was not even Brendan Rodgers, it was our transfer committee that they used to say transfer committee. When Firmino came in, Rodgers didn't really want him, so he started playing him as a right wing back. He didn't even play him as a forward player. Yeah, Firmino was playing right wing back for a couple of games before Rodgers got fired. And when Klopp came in, Klopp was like, man, this guy's being wasted here. Let's try him in the middle. And that's where he now started playing the first 9. So
for some reason, I thought Firmino came with Klopp for some reason.
No, it was Brendan Rodgers. But he had been there maybe 6-7 months before Klopp came in. And so when Klopp now came in, he inherited him. Was like, wow. One of the first things he said was he wanted to buy Firmino when Firmino was in Germany. Because Firmino was playing in Offenheim. He said, this is a guy I really wanted to buy when I was in Dortmund, but I didn't have the money. So basically, you couldn't buy him in Dortmund that time. But when he saw him in Liverpool, was like, I'm going to use this guy the way he should be used, not as a wing back. Brendan Rodgers is just mad. He was playing as a wing back. So eventually, I think we built our system around him. We built this can get press around him because the guy, he could do all that pressing from. He will press your number 6. he will come and
Yeah.
collect the ball from your number 6. It will,
Yeah.
it will be all up in your face, you know.
Yeah.
And I think this season, of course, age is catching up with him. He's gotten a few injuries this season, even though he was our top scorer for a bit before he got injured. I think he'll be, of course, he'll be one of our best, our favorite strikers of this era. What we like about him is the no-look goal. There are a lot of no-look goals, man. He was scoring, but I think my favorite memory will probably the hat-trick he scored against Arsenal. There was one of the goals he scored. He just dribbled past like 3-4 players, and 4 of them were.
I remember that. I remember that goal.
They were prostrating on the floor on the pitch.
That goal.
He just dribbled past, like it was like 3 or 4 players just went down on the ground, and he just slotted the ball. And that's probably my favorite Firmino goal. But yeah, we'll miss him. I'm not surprised he's leaving.
Is he leaving?
Yeah, it's announced officially.
It's official.
Announced because he has only 6 months left. So my guy is going on a free
Is
contract.
there any hint on where he's going or where my hand up?
Not really. Ideally, we want him to go outside of England. Let him go to
Chelsea.
Spain or Italy or wherever. We don't want him.
I mean,
Chelsea. What did you say?
Score more goals than what we have here. People are eating bar in Chelsea, but I beg.
actually, honestly, I think Firmino would do well at a Chelsea, even at Manchester United. I mean, of course, it's not going to happen.
But it's not going to score. It's not prolific like that. I don't know. It's not really.
It's not. But the thing is, at least for me, for my team, I know that we don't need. We just need a player a number 9 that can progress the ball, that can be part of the build-up play, right?
Okay.
Even when he says prolific, ask him how many goals does he score on average a season for you guys?
His highest in one season was 27 goals, and after that, I think he had maybe 18 goals. It's not like he scores 20 goals a season.
Yeah.
But does he give you above 10 a season?
Yeah, usually it does.
I know, like
that's prolific for you.
Yeah, is about to
because the point is, I'm looking at all the strikers we've had at Manchester United, right? The Tony Martials, Marcus Rashford is not a striker. I don't care what anybody says. Weghorst, freaking Lukaku. Like if Firmino comes in and gives me guaranteed 12, 14 goals a season, I'll take it because goals can come. These days, you hardly find a striker that will be banging in, hurricane numbers every season. And 9 times out of 10, you need a striker that can be part of the build-up play, maybe arrive late into the box, bring other players into the game. That's what most teams need. So I'll take it, but I know it's a dream. You'll never come.
Hurricane, if not for saying village people don't cause him.
Hurricane
is a unique kind of striker. To even be British, he's a Lewandowski, Benzema, those guys. Like me and the Chelsea fellow Chelsea fan were arguing about strikers who were putting out stats. For example, what's this guy in Brentford?
Ivan Toney.
So Ivan Toney is a striker that gives you an average of since throughout his professional career, talking about League One, Championship, 2 Premier League seasons, he gives you above 15 goals, steady, right? The argument was, why should we trigger the clause in Roma and bring back Tammy? But Tammy is of the same ilk of strikers, 15 goals and this. If you take out Ivan Toney and bring him to Liverpool, take out Ivan Toney, take him to Tottenham, take Ivan Toney, bring him to Chelsea, he won't bang those goals. Because he's going to have to do things he doesn't do in Brentford in these teams. Remember, is it what's his name? Bramford, the Leeds guy. It was those banging goals. But as soon as coaches change, system changes, where is he? Right? So
goal scoring, of course. Goal scoring is the most difficult thing in football, man. That's why I always defend strikers that can score goals. Yeah. Any striker that is scoring goal, I'll defend them to the end. It's the most difficult thing to score. I mean, like you guys are saying, you guys are actually right, because scoring 15 goals, even though what has skewed our perception is
the Salah phenom.
Messi, Ronaldo, and that's what has skewed our perception of goal scorers, because those ones are scoring 40 goals a season. But if you're scoring 15 steady a season, that's a good striker. That's a good striker. Because our perceptions have been squared by those other guys who are just outrageous, scoring 40.
When all those outrageous people go, our mind will now come back to normal.
Exactly. All these Messi, Ronaldo fans, they used to say, appreciate the era in which we're in, because this is not normal. And it's lasted for me too long.
Honestly, 5 years too long.
Too long. Thank you. Too long. Because now kids that are coming in it's almost like the Steph Curry phenom. Everybody thinks, or the Jamoran phenom. Everybody now is dunking.
Yes.
And they think it's normal. It's not normal. It's not normal. Like what you're watching is not normal. So I think in all honesty, even with the way plays have evolved, we looked at how Lukaku has suffered when he came to Chelsea, or even how he struggled in United. He bashed him. He's not a point, what you would call it,
target man.
He's not a target man, and that's what we're asking. Firmino has done that religiously for Liverpool, and that was when Mane and Salah were breaking records. And he's probably one of the best in doing it when you think about it. And then he gives you above 10 goals. To me, that's prolific. Because if you look at the likes of Lukaku, Werner and Chelsea when he was there, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really tough. You're getting kicked at the back constantly. You're getting punched. You're having to always try to remember where. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So, we're no more in an era of Cesc Fabregas, Totti.
Yeah.
You understand? Players that thread passes. I mean, I don't know, in the Premier League, De Bruyne.
De Bruyne is we're done with that. Those what do we call them? Those surgical midfielders.
Yeah.
Like them. We don't see them too much these days anymore. But Ola, will you put Bobby Firmino, like, in terms of impact, will you put him like right behind Luis Suarez?
The thing with Suarez was just there for 2 years. I mean, at its very peak. That's the thing. So when people even say that Suarez is like a Liverpool great, I wouldn't say Suarez is a Liverpool great. He had one fantastic season and one very good season. The fantastic season was, of course, when Liverpool almost won the league. And straight away, my guy went on strike. I was like, man, I'm out of here. I want to go to Barcelona.
Yeah.
So he was very impactful for 2 years, but I'll put Firmino above Suarez.
Okay.
The reason being longevity, because Firmino was
for sentimental reasons.
Not just sentimental reasons. Firmino has scored.
Firmino won Premier League and Champions League too now. Suarez
didn't win anything. Apart from winning, Firmino scored many important goals for us, like the Club World Cup that we won, that some fans will laugh at. I said, oh, you won Club World Cup. Well, that's not a real trophy. But for us, it was a big deal. That was the first one we've won. Yeah. And Firmino scored the goal.
Please, who laughed at you?
And the final.
Who laughed at you, please?
Who laughed at you, please?
Arsenal fans, now who else?
Come off it. We only know it's like, you know, when I was young.
Please, let's move on. Let's move
on. You know, when I was young, I used to be like, I can never buy a section in the club. It's a waste of money. Till I had money and I bought it. When I realized I was broke, I said I would never fly first class till I flew first class. Then I realized I was broke. So when broke people are talking, you have to.
Yeah, don't worry. They've not joined the club. That's why they've not joined the
club. That's why. So it was important for us. Anyway,
all right.
We moved to the Champions League, and this one we can just do quick fire predictions because basically we have Porto versus Inter Milan, Man City versus Leipzig, Napoli versus Frankfurt, and then Madrid versus Liverpool. So we go with Oga Kwame first. Who are you picking from Porto and Inter Milan?
What was the first leg of that score? I mean, what's the score of that first leg? Do we know? I don't.
Yeah, so
I can quickly check that.
I'll confirm that for you now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does I think it was a draw. Was it? The first leg was 0-1 to Inter Milan. I think it was Lukaku actually scored.
I remember. I remember.
Yeah, so Inter Milan won that first leg 1-0.
So now they're going to Portugal now. You know what? I'll pick Inter to go through. On this one.
Yeah. Man la Lukaku with the Timberland boots gonna bang him up, man. Yeah. He's back, he's fit.
And has anybody noticed how Lautaro Martinez after the World Cup, now he knows how to score again? Now he's like, what? Like this guy was shooting blanks at the World Cup. Next, you put him in a black and blue jersey. Now he's scoring again. I don't know.
I think also think is what we're talking about. How the team is set up for him in Inter, and how tactical the league is in Inter. Versus when you come to the World Cup, it's a knockout game and people are goons. Some people are just there to be goons. They're not.
I don't let for your shoe.
You shot the guy.
Idris, who do you think is going through? Porto,
Inter.
Ooh,
Inter.
not bad. Okay, so we have
Except
Inter.
wait, is this guy back to Porto? That the Cameroonian striker.
Abubakar.
Yeah, where is he now?
I don't know where he is.
I don't think it's in
Because
Porto.
I thought he canceled his contract and went back to Portugal. Or am I wrong?
I'll confirm that Vincent Abubakar. I know he left again. Well, let's confirm anyway. But I don't think so because I didn't see him in the first leg.
Because he left Shawarma FC. I know he left.
Shawarma FC.
So is he Bekistas? So my bad.
Bekistas, yeah.
Because I thought Porto strengthened, but it didn't look like they did.
No.
Yeah.
So the next tie we're talking about is Man City versus Leipzig. They finished 1-1 first leg.
Yeah, I think Man City has
this.
City. Man City has this one.
Yeah, you don't think Pep Guardiola is going to do any of that? Is crazy stunts and start overthinking.
We'll wait, let him get to the semi-final, then we'll start doing it.
I think Man City will go through too, and I think Inter Milan. I agree with you guys. Inter Milan will go through. So, Man City, they're favorite for that. Yeah. Oh, Napoli, Frankfurt. First leg, Napoli won 2-0 away, and they're playing at home.
They will not be 4-0 at home.
Osimhen hat-trick.
Oh my goodness. That guy is fire. He is fire.
The system is working for him because a lot of people talk about.
I think that guy can fit any kind of attack. He's so mobile. He's so mobile. He's so versatile.
No. You go. Everybody can fit into every system till you come to Chelsea.
Oh, okay. So you think you remember Chelsea?
There's that toxic club. Common sense does not prevail in that club.
Yes, so we're all agreed that Napoli are going through. And then, yes, the comeback is on. Liverpool 2, Madrid 5. Second leg in Madrid.
The what is on?
The comeback is on.
You know what's crazy? I actually think Liverpool will score like maybe 2 goals in at the Bernabeu, but Real Madrid will still go through. Yeah.
I see it coming too. I see that kind of crazy match where Liverpool will just go and just play crazy football and then we still go out because Madrid this is their competition. This is their competition. Liverpool might just go there, play them, but we still go out because Madrid. The first leg, look how they just from 2-0, they just went to 5-2, just like that. Like somebody cannot even play with them again.
And they go out doing competition.
They're doing competition both of them to be making silly mistakes. But Madrid, they just punished every single error we made.
Yeah.
They're that kind of team. That's how they won the Champions League last season. They don't have to outplay you. They just wait for your error to just punish you. Bam. No story. So I don't see Liverpool going through now. Madrid are too experienced. Benzema, Modric. Benzema is going to be 35, I think, 35 years old. And look at that guy is still on fire. 38. What's happening there? What are the guys? They should be testing those guys regularly.
Sports science, man. Those guys are taking it. And again, you cannot take away from Ayo's best friend.
Messi.
Mr. Fraud Watch. He keeps saying he's a
Don Carlo.
Oh, Don.
I don't like that guy at all.
Come on. I cannot. I'm sorry. I have to tell my boy that I think your situation with Don Carlo now is almost like Idris and your junior. You need to just
I have reservations about Carlos, but last season, I had to shut up because I was like, man, this man won the Champions League. He won the league and the Champions League.
He's Mr. Champions League.
Yeah.
He stooped too low to go to Everton.
I don't know what.
As soon as they called him back,
as in, don't spoil show for me.
And he goes and wins the league and Champions League.
No. The guy knows how to motivate. He does, and the thing is not a shouter. You'd be like, what does he even tell them? Because on the sidelines, he's just crossing his hand.
I've never seen Carlos shout
at all.
Anything. The only thing I've seen him do is that eyebrow. That eyebrow where they be like this. That's
It's such to remember that this man won the Champions League with Seedorf and Co. in the past.
Yeah.
Like AC Milan, and he was just late 30s then. And I think this is his 5th Champions League or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, 5.
5, yeah. He has won 5.
Ridiculous.
Wow. But the fact is, he even won the league with it last season. That's what even kept me quiet. I was like, man, I can't even diss this guy again. Because before they were like, oh, Champions League is luck, it's luck, it's just knocking out teams. Well, but he won the league with it. That's not easy. It's not easy. So well, we all agree. Liverpool are packing their loads and
They are going there and they're doing what's it called, the participation trophy.
I see it coming. Field trip. Okay, we'll just go to kudos and donkey of the week and then we'll wrap it up. Any of you have any kudos donkey of the week?
Donkey is BBC. Let's just close it.
Yeah, you took it from my mouth, man.
What did you do again? What did you do again? Sorry.
Okay, let's give you background. Gary Lineker posted something on Twitter. I think it was condemning the immigration laws of the government. And then BBC were like, man, in your contracts, you're not supposed to be talking about political stuff. You know, basically, you should be impartial. And so they said, okay, we're going to force you to step down. And all the presenters, well, not all, majority of the presenters.
Shearer posted something like he's not going to.
Yeah, they were like, well,
yeah, right.
So yesterday, the program was truncated. Got much of the day, the football highlight show is like 1 hour, 20 minutes normally. Yesterday it was so short because they didn't have any pundits come and analyze. Nobody came. Commentators didn't commentate. You know, basically.
Wow, this is massive.
That's now start begging their viewers. They're like, oh, we apologize to our viewers.
So have they brought him back? Have they brought Lineker back?
They've not. They say they are
negotiating. If they bring him back, it's a problem. It's a conundrum. Because now you're saying you have more power over the broadcast station.
The problem with them, I mean, the BBC at the moment, the problem with them is they always try to be like they're impartial, but they're also still affiliated to the government. So I think because the ruling party, Conservatives, they were not happy with what Lineker said, so they put some pressure on the BBC boss to like, okay, look, that guy can't say what to say. So now if they back down, it will be like, okay, that means Lineker was right. Lineker was right there.
And BBC situation is weird because like Ola said, unlike Sky, they're like BBC has very close ties to the British government. Sky is just purely private. So I can see the pressure coming from the Tories is what they call them, right?
The Tories, the
so I hear it, but at the end of the day, look, I think the hypocrisy is there. There are several. I'm not sure. I know there's somebody.
I love your last answer. Me and him go back and forth. When he said the hypocrisy, I love him. I know where he's going. Carry on. Now, right
like there are several like people that sit on the board of BBC or sit in like powerful positions in BBC that have come out in support of one political position or the other, and it's not been an issue. Why has it not been an issue? Because it lines up with the Tory thinking,
or the government of the day, or the
exactly. So now that Gary Lineker happens to break with them on a particular policy, I mean, trust me, if he had tweeted in support of the immigration policy, he would still be sitting there today.
Yeah.
So
basically, yeah.
I think like knowing that now, because I couldn't think about a specific donkey in soccer world, but like to be very honest with you, I would give it to I will not give it to Gary. I think I think both of them should share it, in my opinion. And I would say because of the rubbish they did in Qatar, how hypocritical they were.
Yes.
Then now you're biting the bullet now because you see what I'm saying. So it's like the BBC always try to say they're impartial, but as Jalal eloquently said, they are all for the government of the day because that's where their funding comes from.
Exactly.
And this is where my argument has always been with soccer in general. Because the truth about the matter is everybody Gary Lineker plays and those that make the game a beautiful game are mostly immigrants in this country. And some of the things he says are very... if you touch that topic, I am for Omo Nile. If it's your country, do as this with your country. I will not come and criticize you for holding this view.
But the thing he even said was actually factual. It was not even just excuse me, it was not just criticizing. If you read the tweet itself, he said, look, on the numbers, the UK taking far fewer refugees than most European countries. It's not like refugees are flooding into the UK. So why are you not saying that we don't want to take refugees seeking asylum? So his point was like, in the first place, you're not even taking many of them. So why are you not? So it was not just spitting.
It's not for against, exactly.
Yeah, it was just like, man, what are you guys saying? You're talking as if you're being overrun by immigrants.
It's a touchy subject.
I know it is.
For me, I look at it as do as you please, but remove it out of soccer. That's my problem.
Yeah, it didn't even link it to soccer. That's the problem now. It wasn't even linked to soccer, so it was just on his own platform, on his own Twitter. And he just made that tweet, and the next thing they just jumped on him. I was like, man, you are not supposed to make it. Yeah, you're a face of BBC. Anyway, I think they probably will sort it out because I don't think they will. They didn't see the backlash.
They'll pay him off, and if I was head of BBC, I'm not backing down. He has to go.
I don't think this guy lacks for money. He doesn't lack for money, man.
Exactly. He has to go. There's a reason why I'm saying he has to go. If you look again, we just talked about firing. We're dealing about Conte firing, Chelsea firing, coach Tuchel, and saying it wasn't football related reason. If the BBC wants to remain the BBC, they cannot have one rogue person cause such a fracas that they are unable. I mean, the bottom line will take a hit. They will just have to find a way to replace it. And mutually.
Yeah, they're already looking at replacement.
Yeah, he can't come back. I always look at this thing from a corporate standpoint. You can't come back if you mutinize this openly. I'm just so sorry. You just can't come back.
We'll see how it goes. So kudos. Any kudos?
Me, I give kudos to Chelsea midfield.
Come on there. How many games have you won? How many games have you won that you're shouting now?
You haven't won anything. But let me just give. When last did we score? You don't understand where we have been to where we are going. Jola, remember one time I kept saying before you joined, I'd explained to Ola the scenario, and Liverpool is suffering that right now. And you guys suffered it till you got Casemiro. Then you understood. Holy shit! This was what Idris was saying when he was talking about Chelsea. Same guy, like I had to come and I don't think he fits. Like we're using this guy poorly. Goes to Arsenal, bangs in goals, assist Jorginho. Jorginho has two workhorses and creators around him, Xhaka and Odegaard. Yeah. Whatever he does, there's support for him to be around him. Then we have Enzo and Kovacic for the first time having recorded a couple of assists, and they scored. We've not
even Modric assisted now, Abi.
As a moment, Kovacic. Didn't Kovacic for Chelsea?
Oh, okay. I thought Modric assisted a goal yesterday too. Did he not?
Oh yeah, he did. Now mistake. It wasn't really an
okay.
I was thinking of assist. The ball hit her for head. Then
I'll join.
I guess. I'll say Chelsea.
Okay,
but I can't really think of any specific kudos. I mean,
honestly, me neither. I think my kudos. I'll just give it to Bournemouth. Honestly, for at least that 7-0. Listen, I'm still drinking the 7-Up. But at the very least, Bournemouth made me happy. That's all. That's what I'm gonna say.
Do you know all these bottom teams? This season they've been crazy. Like even Southampton. Today, I was thinking like this is the team at the bottom. But
I know they didn't look like the team at the bottom.
They didn't look at the team like the team at the bottom. Southampton, Bournemouth. If you look at, I think I checked the table. I think the bottom 6-7 are separated by only 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom, it's just crazy. So all of them are picking points, and they're picking points from the big teams. But one of the big teams that are not dropping too many points, the bottom team is Arsenal. And reluctantly, I'm going to give them kudos, Arsenal, because
I'm about to off my camera on
this. Please, don't be petty. Don't be petty. I have to give Arsenal their flowers because I didn't see that 3-0. I was thinking Fulham could take points off them.
But Fulham, yeah.
Especially at
Craven Cottage. Especially at Craven Cottage, you know.
Wow, I didn't see that coming. I thought to be a tight game. Maybe Fulham would draw. But Arsenal blew them away. Kudos to Arsenal. The elephant is elephanting on the tree. The tree is not broken yet. They're still there sitting.
Don't worry. My construction workers are coming with a chainsaw to break that tree.
Oh shit!
They're coming.
So kudos to Arsenal, and I think we will just wrap it up there. We thank you all for joining in today. Thank you, Kwame, for showing up. Thank you for Idris. Thank you to Idris for showing up too. And we will see you next time. See ya.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.